Arnab, I said
right prove that he was trashed.
That nobody is justifying what has happened. If at all, every single voice condemns the same. But to sit on judgment here tonight without seeing the CCTV footage, I think would be jumping the gun.
Judgment. I am showing you footage. I am showing you footage of a policeman who was beaten. You are saying I am sitting in judgment. I don't know what rocket science it takes. Are you encouraging citizens to take the law into their own hands?
Please.
Do any of you want citizens to take the law into their own hands and do to the policemen what politicians are doing?
Don't twist and turn questions just to get a reply that you want to hear. Hear what somebody else is saying. What we are saying is that this is a shameful day for Maharashtra politics. Nobody wants your lawmakers to take law in their hand, and clearly in a house where policy decisions are taken, one doesn't want to see this kind of behavior from anybody across the board.
I'm sorry, but
now,
all of you are on the wrong track.
Having said that, if somebody is guilty of being a bystander or even a participant,
about this.
Yes, one needs to take action.
No, you are not sensing. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Shaina, and I'm sorry, Baba Siddiqui and Rahul Narvekar, but I don't think you are sensing how strongly people feel about this. People are tired of being kicked around, of being pushed around, of politicians who treat police, the Aam Aadmi as someone who's to be kicked around and pushed around by their own bit of private security. They are tired of the way some politicians, it happens day after day, not in Bombay, it has happened in Kashmir, it has happened in so many places where policemen are at the mercy, and the Aam Aadmi is at the mercy of this arrogant behavior of politicians. I don't think you're sensing the public mood. Shobha, do you think any of our political guests tonight are sensing how strongly people feel about this?
Not at all, Arnab. What they're indulging in is wordplay of the worst kind. Everybody can see through this. I understand that they're in a very difficult position. How can they defend the indefensible? But the point is, nobody is above the law. And today, Netagiri and Gundagiri seem to go hand in hand. We are seeing this over and over again, what we call the VVIP culture. We are seeing the arrogance that power breeds. We are seeing people taking law into their own hands. And we are seeing these disgraceful scenes in a public space, caught on CCTV cameras for the world to see, for other citizens to see. These are the people who are elected representatives. What is the CM going to do about it? It's not enough to say this is terrible. What is the deputy CM going to do about it? Is any action going to be taken against these people? I completely agree with YP saying there is a rule book in place, and these people should be behind bars like anybody else would be behind bars. But we are making excuses for them. We are hiding behind all kinds of obscure quotations from Thomas More, 16th century. This is ridiculous. And this is just playing for time and hiding behind a very thin veil of total hypocrisy. Admitted they were wrong, admitted that they will be charged, admitted that they will be expelled from the party, admitted that they are not above the law, and they will be jailed if found guilty. That this is the course of action that should be taken in a democracy. There's no point in
no, I have a question for Baba Siddiqui. I have a question for Baba Siddiqui. Baba Siddiqui, my question is there for you. I'm not going to quote any British politician, philosopher or poet to you. I will give you a real example. In March 2012, that is about 1 year back, an MLA from your party slapped a traffic police constable who objected to her vehicle passing through a one-way road. Okay? Exactly this happened. The MLA was stopped. The MLAs, with their own sense of conceit, feel very important. I'm not making a general observation. The MLA gets down and slaps the police constable. There are 3 people sitting with her in the car. They also come down and they also start slapping this policeman. The policeman files an FIR against the MLA. Tell me today why there has been no follow-up in that case. It's been 1 year. What follow-up are we talking about?
Well, I would not know of this incident, but law should take its course.
Law doesn't take its course. Why did the law not take its course?
I want to say something.
If you say FIR is registered, then the law should take its course. It's very simple as that.
Well, the law does not take its course. And now that these MLAs obviously thrashed the policemen and did this, thought they would get away with it.
The law should take its course because what you're quoting an incident is not known to me. Which MLA you're referring to?
I can cite cases from Uttar Pradesh where a BSP MLA slaps a constable when he's stopped. I can cite examples of a minister who slaps a sub-inspector in Jammu and Kashmir. This is not unique to Mumbai. It's a national affliction. Rahul Narvekar, accept the fact this is a national affliction. The pride of some politicians has gone to such a point. If a policeman stops them, they feel, tremendously hurt.
Okay, now
they wonder why they are not being treated like VVIP.
Just listen to what the other fellow panelists have to say. You either don't understand the language we are speaking, or you prefer not to understand the language we are speaking. For the simple reason, everyone on this panel today
has Rahul,
condemned
there is no
the
point
incident,
trying to get aggressive with me. There is no point trying to get aggressive with me. Get straight to the point here today. I thought that you would actually ask why no action was taken in March since March 2012. Counter-aggression will just not wash. You know that. So don't try that. Answer the question. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a simple question? Who is the investigating authority in the state? The police department. The police department today has filed an FIR. Do you know who is the FIR filed against? The FIR is filed against Mr. Ram Kadam, Mr. Kshitish Thakur and 14 to 15 other unidentified MLAs. If the authorities have not been able to establish who are these MLAs, are you trying to say that you are above the investigating agencies and you very well know that a Shiv Sena legislature or a BJP legislature or any other party legislature is involved? So please don't do this tactic of creating a hype, sensationalizing an issue for no reason.
Do not try and justify beating a policeman on television. And let me tell you something, Rahul Narvekar. Let me tell you something, Rahul Narvekar. Let me tell you where accountability must go. 1 second. Don't. You have to listen sometimes. You've come on a TV show, you've got to listen to the question. You've got to listen to the question. You have to listen to the question and remember this, Rahul Narvekar. Times have changed. People will ask you the questions. And you must have the patience to listen to the questions. Remember, times have changed. You cannot get away by doing what you may have wanted to. And today, politicians will have to have their feet on the ground and be a little humble. I want to tell you, Rahul Narvekar, that there is a British politician. Have you heard of Christopher Murray Paul Hune? Have you heard of this man?
Go on.
Have you heard of him? And do you know why I'm referring to it? Let me tell you. This man is a top British politician who was about to be the head of the Liberal Democrat Party. About to be the head, which means one of the top 5 politicians in the United Kingdom. Do you know, Rahul Narvekar, where he is right now? You don't know. So I'll tell you, he's a convict. He's in jail. He's in a jail called HMP Wandsworth in the United Kingdom. And the third question is very pertinent. Listen please. Do you know why he is in jail? He is in jail because in 2003, he oversped his car. This man, a top British politician, is in jail because in 2003, he crossed the speed limit. Do you get the point, Rahul?
Mr. Arnab Goswami,
you get the point.
When have I or anyone on this panel not condemned this incident? We are all saying what has happened is wrong. But why are you jumping the gun and blaming any individual? There is absolutely no ways about it that what has happened is not acceptable. And action has to be taken, strict action has to be taken. But the way you are going about things, you are trying to hold someone guilty before the investigating authorities have even named him in the FIR. Why can't you wait for the investigation to take place?
I am asking a simple question. Don't be so defensive. I am 1 minute. No,
I am not. I am
1 minute,
practical.
Rahul Narvekar.
I believe in natural justice, which you don't believe in.
MLA, why are you getting so defensive? Why are you getting so defensive? The question that I am asking here today is simply this. That do politicians, when they do these things, do they think they are above the law? It's just about getting feet on the ground, that's all. So don't get so defensive.
Such politicians,
you have to defend a Shiv Sena MP.
Such politicians should be taught a lesson.
Shobhade wants to say something.
Such politicians should be taught a lesson.
Listen to the other side.
They should be taken to book. They should not be spared.
Well, I'm glad to hear Rahul Narvekar saying that politicians should be taught a lesson. That's the first very sensible thing that he has said on tonight's discussion. The point is, Arnab, we're talking about a British guy going into jail for a speeding offence. Here, our politicians get away literally with murder, with rape, with worse acts, I mean, they with criminal acts. So you think these guys, and I'm not, I'm not finger pointing at any one party and any one person. You think that something is really going to come off this? What is R.R. Patil saying? Has he said anything at all that convinces the people of Maharashtra and of India that action will be taken against the guilty? Everybody on this panel tonight representing some political interest or the other, they're busy talking around the issue and just indulging in rhetoric which has zero meaning, whether it's Narvekar or anybody else. But the law is the law and nobody should be spared. The arrogance of the ruling class has got to be recognized for what it is. They really do think that they can completely ride roughshod, that the laws do not apply to them. But times, as you said, have changed. And they better wake up and see it. Wake up.
And I'm saying this with all seriousness. Shobha, I'm saying this with all seriousness and with a lot of concern. I'm not trying to say this MLA or that MLA is the one responsible. Let them find out who's responsible. But you know, Shaina, I see your hand raised there. This does not happen anywhere. Nowhere in the world. Nowhere in the world, on this planet, the elected politicians, when they are caught for speeding, catch the policeman, file privilege, get the policeman in the assembly and thrash him. This happens nowhere in the world. I challenge you to find a place in the world where this happens.
And this is going to increase unless we raise our voices right now, and these guys are going to be punished the way they deserve to be punished, or it will carry on. They will get instigated. They will feel they can get away with it, and we are going to see more such attacks. We've seen them in the past. If no action is taken, this is going to continue.
May I make a brief point, Arnab?
Let's see tomorrow whether
I just want to say that this kind of aggression, everyone is unanimous that it cannot be accepted in public life. But more importantly is the question is what action is going to be taken against the MLA tomorrow, which is a question you need to ask to the government. More importantly, that every time we've seen, a man in office, rather anybody in the police force being treated such as this is a really bad signal in public. What kind of a message are you sending into society that you can get away only because you are in a position of power? So I think tomorrow is extremely crucial because the government needs to be proactive. Yeah. If they are going to view this as one more independent MLA who is supporting and
let's see what the Congress does.
That is very important, and that question needs to be raised immediately.
Let's see what the Congress does.
Arnab, they will
let's see what the Congress does. All eyes on the Congress tomorrow. Let's see what they do.
They will talk about an inquiry. We will look into it. The youth
Baba Siddiqui, last point, Baba Siddiqui, last point.
We have all condemned the incident, but we can't be judgmental in media today because law will take its own course. That is all what I have to say.
We hear it all the time. It's just
we are one of the largest democracies in the world. So obviously everything will be done according to law. You can't just crucify anybody unless law should take its course.
But Baba Siddiqui, this oldest civilization, this largest democracy runs by the rule of law. I'm not standing in judgment and saying this or that MLA has done it, but some MLAs have done it, and this does not happen anywhere else in the world. No politician anywhere else in the world dares to do that to anyone, not a citizen, leave alone a politician.
You cannot attack the police, you cannot attack the cops. Do that and it will lead to complete anarchy. You cannot do it. Period. You cannot attack a policeman who's doing his duty. It's as simple as that. And if you do it, you have to be punished for it immediately.
But you just cannot touch. You cannot touch anyone in uniform. You cannot touch anyone in uniform. I respect a person in uniform. I may disagree with him. I pay the fine, I get along. If I have a severe problem, I take him to court. I don't thrash a person in uniform. I just don't do it. And none of us have the right to do it.
Let's not waste time in
the law will take its course is an old line.
You summon a cop and you waste public time which needs to be discussed on serious issues to settle your personal vendetta.
No, I think this is so appalling what has happened here today, and I just want to ask one question. one question before I go into a break. This whole business of law will take its course. Sure, Mr. Siddiqui, this whole business of law will take its course. Is that the only answer that we need to give to the people of this country? You're the lawmakers. You break the law, too. What course will the law take? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are all equally concerned about it. Let's see where the story goes. We for sure are going to follow this.